What's up, everybody? Welcome back to From the Crypt. I'm Derek. Before we get started today, I just want to say thank you to everyone that made last week one of the most, if not the most, viewed weeks for this channel. My Well review has at like 116 views. Jason Voorhees' ranking is at like 111, and Peeping Tom is at like 93. So, to some of you, that may not be a big deal, but to me it is. So, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you so much. And I hope you guys continue to enjoy the content that Jacob and I continue to put out. Moving on. Today, I'm going to be talking about another one of the movies off of my 100 horror movie scratch-off poster. I'm talking about The Vanishing from 1988. Not the 1993 American adaptation. Oddly enough, though, George Sluizer, he directed both iterations of the movie, which I've never, seen that before. I've seen, the same writer. For instance, I believe is Alan McElroy. I can't remember. If I'm wrong about the name, comment it down below. But he wrote the original Wrong Turn, and then he wrote the remake that came out a few years back. But I've never seen a director to it. So, cool stuff. Now, before I go any further, there's going to be spoilers. This movie came out in 88, and I'm going to severely butcher some names because this is like a Dutch movie. So, I apologize in advance. Where did I watch The Vanishing? I had to rent this on Prime. It's not streaming anywhere for free, unfortunately, so you can rent it at all the usual places. Let's get into a super quick plot synopsis. A man obsessively searches for his girlfriend who vanished 3 years prior. Who's in The Vanishing? We've got Bernard Pierre Donadieu as Raymond, Jean Bervoets as Rex, and then Johanna Terstige as Saskia, and Gwen Eckhouse as Lynette. What's good about The Vanishing? The concept is grounded in reality, and that makes this truly scary, because this could happen to you, or to me, or to anybody else. This isn't some imaginary killer coming after you. No, this is this translates into real life very, very well. And it really does prove that evil lies in the heart of man. The performances were really good in this movie. I really liked Saskia. She was my favorite out of everybody in there. She was just nice. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. In most movies, you're not aware of why a killer's killing. They're just killing to kill. And me personally, I like to know what's going on behind the scenes to understand why I'm seeing what I'm seeing. So that was one aspect that I really enjoyed about this one. You knew his motivations. I mean, shit, you even got to watch him train and work up to it and figure out the best way to possibly abduct a woman and then kill her. And, it doesn't matter if you kill her with a weapon or just burying her alive. Killing's killing, right? One thing I laughed at was when he almost had the girl, the first girl, or not the first girl, but the girl before Saskia. And he's like, oh, I gotta sneeze, let me grab it. Oh, there's chloroform on this. And he essentially chloroforms himself, has to go wash his face off, get coffee to wake himself up. I did get a good laugh out of that. And I have one bigger positive that I'm not going to touch on just yet. I'm going to touch on that here in a little bit. But what's bad about The Vanishing? Oh. Rex is seriously a stupid asshole. He drives, right out of the gate, before anything even happens, drives by a gas station, low on gas, runs out of gas in a very long, very, very dark tunnel. And then is getting pissy with her about it because she's afraid of the dark or afraid of being abandoned. What the... are you serious? I understand, your significant other doing stuff to piss you off, but, I mean, people have fears and, you work around them. My wife's afraid of spiders. I kind of am too, but you know who had to kill a big-ass spider today? This guy! You work around it. And so that, I was just like, God, he is seriously a stupid asshole. And that continues on throughout the movie. Now, I understand you want to know what happens. Like, you don't know what happened to her, and you want to find out exactly what happens. But the lengths that he is willing to go to, I'm sorry, that is not believable in my mind. And it wasn't a lot of the complaints I have, you can draw comparisons with the American adaptation as well. Because I understand you want to know what happened to him. You take the guy's offer if it's been between 2 hours and maybe a day. That's the cutoff. Like, if somebody's like, I took your wife, do you want to see what happened to her? You have to experience it. I'd be like, okay, maybe. Still leaning more towards no. It's like a 70-30 split towards no. But if it's been 3 goddamn years, you fucking take care of business. You don't call the cops. Street justice. I don't want to say, hopefully you guys are interpreting what I'm saying, because violence begins to mend what was broken. If you know what song that was, let me know in the comments. But another thing, and I never understood this with the American adaptation either. How does he have a girlfriend? How does he have a new girlfriend? Okay? He is clearly obsessed with finding Saskia. Okay? And that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I would want to search the ends of the earth for my wife if she was gone. I would not then have a girlfriend and then still be obsessed with my missing wife, though. Like, it's one or the other. You don't get to have your cake and eat it too in that situation. You either be obsessed and you continue looking, or, and this might sound harsh, you move on and start anew. You do not have it both ways. That just does not work in my mind at all. Now, some comparisons to the American adaptation. I saw this one a few times. Way back when I was a kid. Knew the cast, you know, Kiefer Sutherland, Sandra Bullock, Nancy Travis, Jeff Bridges. Great casting right there, right out of the gate. I will say I like the casting better in the American adaptation, but that's really about all I like better. Now, to put this in perspective for you, when I talked about Let the Right One In, I had said that I saw Let Me In, the American adaptation, probably about 10 years before I even watched Let the Right One In. Same thing here, maybe like 5-ish years since I watched it. So it had been a while, and I didn't remember exactly everything, but as I was watching the movie, I started remembering, like, oh yeah, okay, I remember this. But the one thing that threw me for a loop, and I love it for it, is the ending. The ending is different. I did say I was talking spoilers, because in the American adaptation, the girlfriend comes and finds him, and then they kill Barney, and then sell like for book rights or movie rights or something. So I remembered that, and as it was going, I was like, okay, we haven't seen the girlfriend in a while, where's she at? And then nobody comes to save stupid asshole Rex, and then they are both missing. I was like, wait, what? Hold on. It threw me for a loop for a second. And I'm not saying that I love bad endings. I really don't. You know, everybody wants to feel warm, happy, and fuzzy after they finish a movie. Sometimes you just need that, like, it's not bad, but, you know, the worst case scenario ending to just put things in perspective. And this ending in the original adaptation was so much more satisfying than that of the American adaptation. Let's hit rewatch by review. Would I rewatch this? Yes. Yes, I definitely would. Would I buy it? Yeah, I really believe I would. If I saw this thing on sale somewhere, like if it was in like a $5 bin or $7 bin on Blu-ray, because I'm sorry, I don't buy DVDs, I would definitely buy it. Now, what score would I give it? I'm going to go with a 7.5, okay? It's a very solid movie with great characters, but like I was kind of bitching about during my negatives, I do not understand the motivation of, yes, I will go with this guy and find out what happened. No, you you take care of it. And when that happens and I'm yelling at the screen because it let's be honest, it's a dumb decision. It pulls me out of the viewing experience and it pisses me off a little bit. But other than that, everything else I did really, really enjoy in this movie. And it is definitely worth your time. If you guys are like, no, Derek, you're wrong. I agree with stupid asshole Rex. Please, let me know down below. Because I just don't get it. But, yeah. That'll about do it for The Vanishing, guys. As I said, let me know down below if you got Rex's motivations. If you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like on it and subscribing to the channel. We're always trying to grow so we can do more dumb, fun shit, because dumb, fun shit's awesome. But, until next time, you guys have a good one.